8:09 coming up on 8:10 on this Wednesday. In studio guest, it is the lovely Nikki from Academy Swim Club. Nikki, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, Tori.
Well,
you have a nice studio here.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
And it's lovely when we have guests like you because I'm very excited. We got to speak one other time, but I never really got to meet you, only over the phone. There we go. We just want to hear. We want to be able to hear you.
Yeah, no worries.
There you go. And everything you were telling me was very fascinating. And you are one of the owners of Academy Swim Club.
Yes.
And Academy Swim Club, looking at your website, the reason I find it so fascinating is because you can take these very young children and teach them to swim. And the reason this is so important, other than, it's great exercise and they grow into adults and know how to swim. I mean, I know so many adults. I have a pool and I would invite them over and they are a little hesitant because they never learned how to swim. I said, okay, it's okay. I got a shallow end. You can, just hang out. Which is so important. It's so important. It only takes a few minutes for something to go wrong, okay? So having these younger kids learn how to, and when I say younger kids, we're talking babies.
Babies.
And to see your website, it's so fascinating. And they are, in my opinion, they're fearless when they're so young because they haven't had those learned, they haven't learned to be so afraid of this big body of water. Tell me a little bit about training such a young child. How young do you get?
We start actually at 2 weeks, but you need to know what you're doing. Don't do this at home, okay? So there's first of all, you need to get an approval by your pediatrician, and then we know what we're doing because we have a lot of pediatricians that come with their babies through our program. So we start as early as 2 weeks. Babies have a swim reflex where they actually swim without being taught, but they lose that reflex about 4 to 6 months. So if we start before they're 4 months old, then they just continue swimming. They never lose it because we've replaced the learn response.
That is completely fascinating to me. So we're born with this.
And it's it's not the way you or I would swim, but it's a symmetrical movement, kicking the legs and moving the arms through the water. And it's pretty cute to see. So we have mixed ages in our baby classes, and sometimes we'll have a 3-month-old and a year-old, and the 3-month-old is swimming circles around the year-old child because they already know how to swim. So it's pretty fun.
And it completely makes sense once you have the background and know, the biology of this, which is fascinating. Do you, Academy Swim Club, I'm speaking right now with Nikki, and last name is Miller, right? You're one of the owners, Nikki Miller. From Academy Swim Club, do you teach adults as well, or is it just children?
No, we teach all ages, all levels. We've had triathletes come in because typically the easiest way to cut off time from their triathlon is in the swimming because they've already done all the running and bicycling. So, just by helping them streamline better in the water, they can cut off, a lot of seconds, which is huge when they're in races. So all levels, all ages.
And Academy Swim Club is open year-round.
Yes.
Nice warm water.
Warm water, 90 to 92 degrees.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good right about now, especially since, since it becomes chilly nights. We're getting the chilly nights. That sounds good. You have had an uptick in registration for the young babies.
Yes, we have. We've had almost double the number of babies that we taught this year. And I'm not sure what's going on in the Santa Clarita Valley. Maybe more parents are home with their babies. And they want to do some activity, and there's not a lot of activities you can do with babies. But the benefit of swimming with babies is that skin contact increases bonding, which is very cool. So you can actually go out in a swimming lesson, and you get lots of skin contact, and it helps in the bonding experience.
It's more than twofold. The bonding experience, they
And the
learn
safety.
the safety. Then they can, you can grow into this and have swim parties. And I mean, it's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
the possibilities are endless.
Swimming is the only sport you can do from womb to tomb.
I like that. It's also so easy on your joints.
Oh, yeah.
There are aquatic classes for older adults, and because it's good on the joints, it doesn't.
Twinges in the hinges. Yep.
What is that another saying you have?
Twinges in the hinges.
Twinges
yeah.
in the hinges. And it's so good because there isn't that impact
Yep.
on the knees and the hips, but you can still get in that water
Oh, yeah.
and get that heart rate up.
Yep.
And it's so good for you. And it
And it
basically
offers the resistance, and then it's also really good because there's hydrostatic pressure, which is the pressure that the water puts on you while you're in the water. So that for geriatric patients, it lowers blood pressure, it increases circulation. For special needs, there's a hug. It's kind of like a hug because of the water pressure, and it really calms them. And I mean, there's so many benefits to the water.
there are countless.
That's
And
why we're all drawn to it.
I think you're
Real
right.
estate is higher near water.
Right?
If there's a puddle of water, 9 out of 10 kids will walk right through it, and the 10th one will sit in it. So yeah,
We love the water, and this is so great to start out so young. Academy Swim Club, I'm understanding you have a special going on right now. You want to tell us a little bit about this?
Sure. If you're enrolled in private lessons, then you can get a second lesson for $5 a lesson, but a group lesson. And that way you get the benefit of having the peer pressure and working with the group, and then using the private lesson just to work on the spot things that you need the most help from.
Technique?
Yeah. And we know just from experience that, swimming twice a week will teach you more than double as fast. So by getting in the water and having those lessons more than once a week, it really increases the speed at which you learn.
Well, exactly. And you can you practice, you get more practice. It all makes sense.
Right.
Offer baby swim, private lessons, semi-private lessons, group lessons. Academy Swim Club. Where are you located?
We have 2 locations, Valencia on Smythe Drive, and the second location is inside the athletic club at Calgrove.
Oh, I had no idea about Calgrove.
Yeah.
Is that new, or did I just not know? I didn't know.
You just didn't know. We've been there. We actually built the pool 20-some years ago, and then we left and went up to the academy, and then the new owners called us back and said, hey, do you want to come do it again here? So, yes, we do.
If you want more information, we've been speaking with Nikki Miller, owner of Academy Swim Club, which I highly recommend for children, babies, adults of all ages. Learn how to be around water. We live in a desert, and most people have swimming pools out here. So it's safety, it's fun, it's good exercise, it's good for you. You can call them at 702-8585, or you can go online and see all the pictures and everything you need to at info@swimforlife.com. It's swim, the number 4, life.com. Nikki, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Tori.